What's good, guys? Slime Green Beats. Welcome back. Welcome back. Good to be here. Go Slime. Let's get it. This video is about triads. So, this is a really useful thing to know if you're trying to play chords. So, basically, if you're either playing your notes or placing them in manually, like clicking them in, whatever, this is going to help you to understand, this is a popular chord playing technique. This is a very popular, very powerful chord, basically chord. And what a chord is just multiple notes hit at the same time. So for example, this is a chord hitting 2 notes, 3 notes, and this is what we're talking about, or 4, or even more. So those are triads, and a triad are 3 notes, but when you're playing these 3, you're gonna skip them. So let me show right here. So for instance, you would skip a note in between the notes. So for example, C, skip D, E, skip F, G. So it would be boom, boom, not this, not that. Notice how that sounds trash? So you can just use your ears and you can tell that it's right. And then that's the C chord, you just go up. In the C chord, the C is based on the root note, which is the lowest note here. So C, D chord, B, and so on. Just like the notes. A, C, D, you know how to do the ABCs and notes and whatnot. Yeah, so that's a triad. You can use black keys with triads, but we're not gonna cover that. That gets a little complicated. Alternate differently, but I'll have another video for that. But that's more in depth. But if you learn popular music, which I always recommend, you can see some really popular chords that involve the black keys. But for now, triads. Definitely use these when you're making music. Okay, so I'm going to talk next about an inversion. So an inversion is when you replace basically a note, one of the tailing notes, with a note in a different octave. So for example, instead of playing C, E, G, I would play the C here. And it would sound like this. Notice how it still sounds right? Now that's what's known as inversion. So technically, I'm not obeying that rule where I skip one key, but that's the science behind it. So that is music theory. And I could do the opposite. Instead of G, I play the G over here instead. Notice how I'm not hitting the G here, but I'm hitting the one here. And you can also play it at any octave. So I could go like this. But notice how I'm still playing the C, so I'm replacing the C with another C. Those all sound okay. I could go, or I could layer it, and that's 4. But that's triads, guys. So if you get nothing out of this, just hit the triads, man. Hit the triads like this. And I'm gonna show you guys something else about how to use the root note in FL. So basically, let's just play a simple triad pattern. So we'll go yeah, I like that second one better. All right, so you'll see the triads here. The root note for this is C. So when you're well, we don't have to adjust anything, but say it was say the root note was, we'll bring this up. Say this was the root note here. Say we did it like this, like with F. So with the drums, if your chord is like this, you would have to align the drums with the root note, and it's going to produce a much better sound. Same with the bass, but I'll try to keep it as simple as possible. So F, basically, what's cool about FL is you can just, you can see the shadow. So when I'm picking the kick here, instead of hitting C, to play the kick, like a lot of you were probably doing, you would actually hit that same bass note, which is F. And you see how it like lights up, but you can also see the shadow if you just switch to a different sound in the channel rack. So I would probably hit this one though, just because it sounds a little bit brighter. Now you could use this, but just see how that sounds a little bit. That's what's called being in tune with the drums, instead of hitting C. And honestly, you can hardly tell the difference, but it does produce like a better sound with the beat. And same thing with the snare. So if I were to record a kick snare on this, it'd be something like this. Something simple like that. Wow. So that's how you handle the drums, using the root note. And what's cool about playing melodies is like you can easily see what the root note is. And the root note again is just like the lowest note in the chord series, really. That's like the easiest way to look at it. And in this situation it's F again. So F, C, D, E, F. F for like fans. I got a lot of them. Yeah, all right, well that's it for this video, guys. Triads, y'all keep the Triad Nation alive, guys. Make sure you're just like this is for chords, threes, boom, threes. I taught you the inversions, bam, no C, C here, normal, inversion. Probably using the weirdest sound for this. But yeah. Chords, y'all. Chords are fun, man. Chords are great. Chords will get you somewhere in the piano playing realm. Definitely. So it's really good to know that. Yes. Oh yes. Check out the How to Make Beats book brought to you by Slime Green Beats. This is available on Amazon. This is our book that we wrote. And it's really good. So definitely check it out. It's only $11.95. Link in the description. Check it out. How to Make Beats. All right, guys. Slime Green Beats in the building. Y'all take care. Peace out.